it's just full of these rabbit holes. And I feel like, Feather's whole life story is full of all this stuff, which is just kind of smoke and mirrors. And you can never quite get to grips with what he's doing, why he's doing it, what's true, what's not true, what's a diversion, what's the central plot line. It's very frustrating, but absolutely. I mean, it makes you obsessed.
That's why we're still talking about it
We're still talking about it, exactly.
because it made me obsessed. And then when I heard, well, I have to say it really, um, when I heard Hamish patronising comments, I could have absolutely, spat really. And I spoke to Laura about it. I found it so condescending that the way that all of us wanted to create a story that would make it far more exciting, and it was much more simple. Let's forget everything that we've been saying. It was much more simple to believe.
Well, I think you don't need me as a guest on this show. Well, who you really need is Hamish. Get the three of you together, and you'd have a great show.
Well, we would happily talk to Hamish because, yes, the statement about the fantastical explanation, I think, riled everyone that you spoke with because, as you said, Tristan, I was very circumspect in my analysis and opinion that I gave to you. I was not looking for something fantastical whatsoever. That could not be further from the truth. And I know Jackie well enough to know that that is not how Jackie operates either. Claude Steiger, all of the people that you spoke with, I don't know every one of them in detail, but I do know they have a lot of experience, and that's not the way that they conduct themselves. And I think, for Hamish, who I do know and have worked with, and I shared that with you, the fact that he was so absolute because of the hesitation marks really was mind-blowing to me because of Dr. John Dancy's medical knowledge and because of all the things that we've discussed, that the statement effectively was a staged statement. That is part of the deception. And I found many deception markers, over 40 deception markers from analysing it, that alone. You mentioned all the preamble, we call it the extraneous prologue, that seems completely irrelevant, and yet the murder event is a much smaller proportion of the story that he was telling, when that's really what the detectives want to know about. But everything in that so-called extraneous prologue had a purpose. There was nothing, there was no fat there. It was all intentional. And so you're exactly right as a layperson to pick up on how astounding that is, because that never happens.